Let's cook and taste Japan with SavvySensei right out of your own home.
My name is Hiroshi Sato. I'd like to teach you how to make kushiage, deep-fried skewered food. These are the utensils needed to make breadcrumbs. First, a food processor. Then, a thin tray to put the crushed breadcrumbs in. And we have a baguette. We use white breadcrumbs like this at our restaurant. The only reason we use white breadcrumbs is because we don't want to add too much color to the skewered food. You can just put the baguette in the food processor as it is, as it won't change the taste much. Next, put the bread into the food processor. Before you put the bread in, cut it into pieces about 2 centimeters wide to make it easier to put in. Now, put them in the processor and turn it on. It takes quite a bit of time as we make it very fine. It's hard to mix it all at once, so if you find lumps or potential lumps in the process, change the place. Continue running the food processor for 5 to 10 minutes. Now the breadcrumbs are ready. Process the crumbs for about 5 to 10 minutes until they get this fine. Grind them until they are extra fine and have a smooth texture. Now I'd like to explain the different types of breadcrumbs. First, dry breadcrumbs hold less moisture, so when food is dipped in this type of breadcrumbs and fried, it will become crispy easily, and the heat can be directly transferred to it. In the case of fresh breadcrumbs, the moisture in them gives a fluffy texture. Since the heat is transmitted slowly, these breadcrumbs are ideal for slow frying without raising the temperature quickly. In our restaurant, we use them by grinding them extra fine. The difference is that the texture will be slightly fluffy or crispy. When we use them, we crush these breadcrumbs until they get fine and smooth, like this. Let's deep fry the asparagus. We don't skewer the asparagus. Instead, you break it where you can by hand, like this. This one has a hard skin, and this one has a soft skin. Let the extra batter on the asparagus run off thoroughly. For asparagus, it is quite easy for all the batter to run off in places, so use metal chopsticks and put it on the area where it came off. Then, coat it with breadcrumbs. Gently place the asparagus on top of the breadcrumbs, using only its own weight to coat it with the breadcrumbs. And put it in the oil at 170 degrees Celsius. Asparagus deep fries quite quickly as it contains a lot of water. Actually, it's very difficult to tell when asparagus has been deep fried enough. When the asparagus floats like this, it's a sign that it's already deep fried. Next, we are going to deep fry the camembert cheese. Cut the round cheese into 8 equal wedges to use. Stick the skewer from the arc towards the sharp end, but don't pierce it all the way through. Now put on the batter. Make sure to firmly put the batter on the sides of the cheese. If you don't, the cheese will heat up and start to melt. Shake it lightly. Make sure the cheese is properly covered with the batter, and then coat it with breadcrumbs. Put them on evenly while turning it around and deep fry it at 170 degrees Celsius for about 2.5 minutes. As cheese can easily float, turn it around frequently. If you directly touch the cheese, the coat may come off, so touch the skewer instead. When the batter has hardened to a certain degree, lightly pinch it, and if it feels like it's boiling inside, it's okay. The next step is to make the miso sauce, starchy sauce with grated daikon, for the camembert cheese. First, grate a daikon. Grate it like this. It's okay to add it with the moisture from the daikon. Add soup stock extracted from kombu and bonito. Light soy sauce, cooking sake. Then turn on the heat. In the meantime, dissolve the potato starch. When the water starts to boil, a lot of scum will come out of the daikon, so turn down the heat and scoop out some. After scooping out the scum, add the water dissolved potato starch you prepared earlier while stirring. Once it comes to the boil again, it's ready. Now pour the sauce.